What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Crypto Brew Show, where we are drinking brews and talking about it. It is July 25th, 2018, and we got a jam-packed show full of headlines and questions and all the stuff. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into it. Angela, how you doing out there?
Amazing, living the dream, drinking the girliest drink there is, but happy to sport it. It's the Parker Country Peach Beer, brewed out of Martin House Brewing Company here in Texas.
Hey, there you go. Local. I like it. Joey, how you doing out there?
I'm doing well, Charlie. Thank you for asking. I'm also keeping it local here in South Carolina, drinking Hughie Street IPA by Palmetto Brewing Company.
All right. Nice. Jojo, how you doing?
Just trying to brace myself from the heat of Texas. Got my shades on here and my little buddy to keep my beer cold. But I'm drinking the amazing Triple Dunkel by Franconia Brewing Company right out of McKinney, Texas. So,
ooh, another local.
Yeah.
I like it. And the Trip Dunk. All right. And Ron, out in
Yeah.
what you doing?
I'm in Idaho now.
Oh,
Idaho.
Ida,
Yeah.
where the potatoes are at.
I'm drinking a little Jenny and the Jets. Jenny Lake Lager. And this is it's pretty much local. It's brewed in Wyoming, but I'll tell you more about it after a while, okay?
There we go. I like it. All right. Heard. Let's go ahead and move on. Jump right into our disclaimer. The information provided on the show does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice. Crypto Brew Show is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Conduct your own due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Hashtag NAFAMU, not a financial advisor. My own opinion. You'll hear that plenty on the show. That's what that means. And of course, hashtag BYOB. We did you? Moving on to the state of the market. I think Angela is going to help us out with what's going on in this market.
That's right. It's about to get real fun in here. So state of the market on top, of course, Bitcoin, our buddies there. Global market cap, 141 busies. What? With a 7-day growth of almost 12%. Pretty excited to see that, especially considering how the summer's been so far. Right after that, Ethereum, global market cap at 47.96 in the last 7 days. Can we just call that flat? I mean, 0.6. A little bit down. And then of course Ripple, because those ripples are sensitive. America. Global market cap of 18.2 busies, and of course because I'm a gangster, and down 4% in the last 7 days. So
there you
yeah,
go. I heard that beer going on. And then the global market cap sitting at 300 billion, 24-hour volume of 17.34 billion, and of course our Bitcoin dominance sitting at 46.91%. There we go. And Joe's favorite time, courtesy of BitScreener, are 24-hour gainers and losers. What are we looking at, Joe?
All right. So up at the top, we've got Sophia. Apparently she's from Texas.
Or
she's
a
rising to the
transaction.
top.
I don't know.
Maybe she is a transaction.
Dirty.
Weird. Up 61.69% in the past 24 hours. Right below that, we've got Vertcoin, up 49.39% in the past 24 hours. And NKN Coin up 34.43% right behind that. I was going to include the next one, but I don't know how to say it. It looks like it says Grosstal Coin. I thought it said Gross Testicle Coin. It's not going to go there. We're just going to move on to the losers.
hey, you got my attention.
Anyways, we've got Add Token bringing in the bottom, up or down 32.63%. Man, next one right here on the list, CoinDash. What are you doing? You are down 21.87%.
You're drunk
every single week. And then right behind that, we've got Ken down 14.44%. And yeah, that's pretty much what we've got going on. Anyone else see any crazy things going on out there?
I want to know what that Tata 2, the Tatas are sagging today. Just saying.
Dude, cork chain. Cork chain. Look it up. Look it up.
All right. Heard that. Going over a heat map. And, I mean, nothing much to see here. Yeah, we're kind of steady. Holding steady with this market. All right. Market news. Headliners. Our first headline of the day is crypto exchange Coinbase forms political action committee. This one's from CoinDesk and brought to our attention by Jojo. Joe, what's this article all about, man?
All right, so this is super, super big news, guys. And it's pretty awesome that Coinbase is finally coming through with something like this. Just to give you guys an idea about what a political action committee is if you don't know what it is. It's just when privatized money goes in and becomes just kind of the financial backing for our politicians so they can help push their views on the world, right? So there are a lot of like good political action committees, like, you know, save the environment, save the trees, good stuff
NRA.
like that. NRA is one of them. And then you've also got like some bad stuff. Well, not necessarily bad stuff, but like more high dollar, like corporate conglomerate type political action committees, or, you know, even like stuff like big pharma, tobacco, alcohol, firearms, all that good stuff. But anyways, Coinbase coming through with a PAC, which is awesome. So that means they're trying to influence and persuade our politicians to see cryptocurrency as what it needs to be, and that is mainstream. So kudos on Coinbase for keeping themselves relevant and really pushing themselves forward. I think this is a very valiant next step. I just wanted to kind of get what you guys thought on that.
Ron, what you got?
All right, so I mean, Joe pretty much summarized everything great. I just want to stress how big of a deal this is. Like, if you want something done in this country, the lobbyists is pretty much, unfortunately, the way things get done in this country. And Coinbase is a huge, you know, in the crypto space, Coinbase is huge in this country. So we have the biggest crypto financially there right now, the biggest crypto entity. They formed a political action committee. That's huge, man. So I'm looking forward to what what this leads to. Hopefully an ETF. You know, that would be great. Great start.
Fair enough.
I'm just surprised. Like, why aren't politicians jumping on this? Like, how many campaigns back? At least the last two, where super PACs have been such a big deal, and everyone's been tracking them, and it's, you know, there's all these stats and conspiracy, man, really world order. Like, you can end that. Let's make this legit, America. What's the deal, Pickle?
I like it. Throwing them on the fire, throwing them on the stove. All right, Joey, you got anything to say about this article?
Yeah, it's super cool. I guess the first couple of questions that come to mind: are they donating dollars? Are they donating crypto? You hear a couple things about presidents starting to accept crypto. Is that where this is coming from? Anything going to change the fees there? Are part of our fees going towards this PAC?
Joe has something to say about that.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking as far as this is concerned, Joey, I think, honestly, this is actually becoming major influence because of the SEC's huge potential of creating a Bitcoin ETF. And the fact that the SEC is behind this now, I think they're really getting into this. And let's be honest, man, Coinbase making a lot of money, hand over fist with those fees, especially when we were going through the big burst there on Bitcoin itself. So they've got a lot of like probably just petty cash laying in the background that they can just, you know, give out to some politicians, just some dirty money.
Fair enough. Alrighty, moving on to our next article here. G20 nations seek cryptocurrency AML regulation standards by October 2018. This article comes to you from CCN, not to be confused with CNN, although I do see what you did there. Roan, what you got on this article?
All right, so I'm going to start off by explaining, for those that don't know, G20 it's an organization, and it's essentially the governments and central banks from the biggest countries in the whole world, you know, the biggest economies. That includes the U.S., by the way, amongst others. So it's basically the central banks, government saying, hey, we want to, we want to get involved in crypto. The regulation thing, there's good and bad that could come with that. So, I mean, this is a wait and see thing, but it's something every single person involved in the crypto space needs to be monitoring. We know, like last week, we talked about how, Russia, they are pro crypto, man. They just established a whole new type of classification just for crypto. Russia's all in. We know that. And there's other countries that are the same way, they're the modern Silicon Valleys, so to speak, for crypto. So we'll see what happens, but monitor this, keep up with this, because this will affect everybody in the crypto space in the future.
Okay, heard that. Jojo, what you got?
Yeah, I think this is really awesome because just to really help push this news along, just the fact that they're creating this AML regulation, anti-money laundering stuff. With that information, it's just going to make it a lot easier for those people with institutional money to get in to the market, because then they're going to think that, like, all right, well, my money's not crossing hands with, the crazy drug lord down the street or whatever, the drug lord and wherever in our backyard or whatever and whatnot. But I think this is really awesome stuff. I think it's really cool that the world has, at this summit, like this G20 thing, is actually coming together on this to create something sustainable for the cryptocurrency commerce market. Good stuff. What do you got, Joey?
So something to add on to that with the regulation, to piggyback off of Karen and Joseph. With the regulation comes the weeding out of all these scam coins. You see a lot of these new ICOs coming up, taking people's money and running. This regulation will help them go through certain hoops, I guess, to kind of weed those out. So it'll give the masses more confidence when throwing their monies into these new emerging coins. Something I didn't like about the article, reading it closer, they mentioned it. However, they talked about they'll just remain vigilant when looking at it. Hopefully something does actually happen by October. Me personally, I wouldn't be surprised if they get together in October and like, well, that's a good idea. Let's think about it for another little while.
Fair enough. Angela, what are your thoughts?
My same thoughts Ron had on China lifting the ban way back when. That was like a month ago, he had said, is they're like the bad uncle, right? Well, Russia's like also another bad uncle where it's like, well, they can't do it better than us. Hashtag Cold War. Hashtag space race.
All right. Yep. There's them are fighting words right there. The only thing I'm going to say about this article is, hey, I just want to say it is fantastic to see all these countries come together and talk about something that was supposed to be a scam and a bubble and all that BS. It's not a bubble. It ain't a scam. Things are happening. And if you're not in it yet, I'm not saying you got to go buy cryptocurrency, but if you're not learning about it, you are falling behind. So anyway, moving on. Next article here. This is not a passing fad. Oh, I'm pretty sure I just commented on that. CFA exam adds crypto and blockchain topics. Ron, again, on top of his game, brought us his article. Ron, what were your thoughts on this when you read it?
Yeah, all right. So it's CFA, for those that don't know, once again, let me make sure you know what we're talking about here. CFA is, if you want to become a financial advisor, you have to take the CFA. Stands for Chartered Financial Analyst, which,
by the way, we are not financial advisors.
That's right. NAFA move.
We have not taken the CFA.
Nope.
Anyway, go ahead.
Never will. Yeah. So this past tax season there was a lot of chatter, about crypto, and a lot of financial firms were refusing to handle certain people's taxes just because they were involved in crypto, because there were no set rules for it, and these financial advisors were not trained for it. So what this does, and especially the generation that's currently taking their CFA exam, that's our generation. So they are being brought up into the crypto world, so to speak, And now they're being formally educated in the crypto world, which is awesome because that further establishes crypto's legit, crypto's here to stay, and crypto is part of the financial system. It's not just a property, it's part of the financial system.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Joey, what are your thoughts on this article?
First thought is, man, I am glad I am not a financial advisor. My second thought is, this is great. These are people that have to go study this stuff. If there's one thing I do like, it's asking questions. If there's another thing that I don't like, it's studying for stuff. So the more people out there who are more, who have been tested on this stuff and are more aware and are available for people to ask questions to, I think that's great, not only for now, but these people are going to take this exam. They'll be out there, knowledgeable, giving people advice for the next 5, 10, 20 years, however long they'll hold this thing for. And that'll just be spreading information everywhere. And it excites me.
True. I like it. And Jojo, go ahead.
All right, so yeah, I mean, just going straight off of piggybacking off of Joey there. Anyways, just the fact that he's actually mentioning this about financial advisors actually being able to explain this and tell us all about this and give us information, right? This is like one of those barriers to entry because we don't have enough people out there that's talking about things for us. And just so our viewers are informed about this as well, we have broken up the show into a format from articles and then a formatted show for Distilled Thoughts. So check out our Distilled Thoughts episode that's going to be coming out later this week. We're going to be talking about barriers of entry and what mass adoption is going to look like for cryptocurrency.
I like it. Yep, we definitely will. Angela, what are your thoughts on the CFA exam adding crypto and blockchain topics?
Well, I'm not a CFA, but I am actually a CRME, which is a Certified Revenue Management Executive. Thank you, HSMAI. It only cost me like $700 and a ton of studying. But what I will say is there's obviously, like from a political standpoint, as far as being able to be taken seriously or legitimately in today's world and having certifications, there's a lot of money and power behind it. And so for folks to actually invest in this actually being something that's legitimate like that, or a part of something legitimate like the CFA is pretty cool. I know some companies that won't even hire you working in hotels without being a CRME, let alone, we're just some people talking about it and they're actual CFAs out there.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Fair enough. We have a kind of common theme going on this episode, and we're getting more and more legitimate as time goes on. Crypto continues to creep up, and people are learning about it. So I'm not going to restate what I said earlier, but start learning about crypto. Moving on, XRP Ripple is not a real cryptocurrency, says experts. The big boys have stated their case. They are saying that Ripple is not a real cryptocurrency. Even going the Anatoly Costella, I butchered his name and I apologize, sir. But the CEO of Elpis Investments says Ripple has no mining or miners whatsoever. Instead, transactions are powered through a centralized blockchain to make it more reliable and faster. XRP was mined all at once by the parent company Ripple Labs, with a majority of the cryptocurrency held by them. And if anyone knows anything about cryptocurrency, that is not how we want it. It needs to be decentralized. That's the whole point of why we all came about. And Ripple is not that. So, Ron, what are your thoughts?
Yeah. All right. So I have actually done extensive research into Ripple. So everything I'm about to say is NAFAMU. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going to speak my opinion. I have actually heard 2 podcasts where some of the top dogs from Ripple, which, by the way, Ripple is not XRP. XRP is their coin. Ripple is the company, okay? So if you're not familiar with what Ripple does, they are essentially trying to make financial transactions faster, better, whatever. However, their coin XRP, as of right now, as far as unless something has changed recently, XRP does nothing. It serves no purpose. It has no utility in what they're selling the banks. Okay, so I 100% agree with this article. Ripple's XRP is like, I don't know, dingleberries or something. They're just there.
I mean, you make a good point. Yes, XRP. I know we've been talking in the last few episodes. We've been making fun of XRP's logo, but that was intentional. Ripple wanted to distance themselves in some regard. XRP is different than Ripple Labs, and as it says in the article, it's a parent company. So, Jojo, I see that. I can see you. You know, earlier I saw I couldn't see you. You were like hidden, and I thought you had left or something, and that's why I didn't call on you. But I see your little happy face there. What you got?
Ripple can rip it.
Thank you for your invaluable insight, Joe. Joey, what you got on Ripple?
One, I don't know why you guys are such haters. Two, I've made a lot of money off Ripple. So,
Okay.
Next thing is, yeah, I don't have a next thing. Hopefully this article helps diffuse the whole like Ripple bubble. I know it's been out there on mainstream and everyone's been like talking about Ripple. So hopefully stuff like this keeps coming out and some of that goes away.
Joey, what beer are you on, Joey? What beer are you on right now? Three?
All right. We're not haters. We're just trying to figure out, you know, again, it doesn't fall into the purest form of being an actual cryptocurrency. I mean, in the sense of Bitcoin and what the original vision was. So, I mean, we're not necessarily haters. It's just they're doing it a way that doesn't really conform to what the original cryptocurrency was supposed to be. Angela, I'd love to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this article?
I actually got more, not from the article so much as Rowan's little mini tutorial on the difference between Ripple and XRP. So thanks for being a team player, Rowan. Thanks for that. Educating us newbies.
Fair enough. Alrighty, moving on to our next article. Ethereum's most heated tech debate is proving it's far from over. Roan, no, just kidding. We're going to start with Joe. Joe, what you got in this article, man?
All right, so Charlie, this is me eating some really crappy salad. I don't know. But anyways, this is being brought back up to the table just because about the immutability aspect of Ethereum's blockchain and how Ethereum Classic now exists. There is a committee out there that makes all these petitions, and they're trying to make a petition for this Ethereum blockchain to really understand what it's going to be like for this immutability aspect, because apparently someone lost some money again, or they locked the wallet up or whatever. And these poor, stupid idiots for not understanding where they're keeping their wallet storage, their cryptocurrency, their privatized keys, anything else. They don't understand what they're doing. So now they have to create a committee to try to figure out, okay, well, are we going to do this or not? Well, they've already done it once. So I know I'm a little ashamed.
Fair.
I still love you, Ethereum, but tell me what you got, Charlie.
I'm right there with you.
Fair enough. I mean, again, I don't necessarily have I don't like it. I mean, again, it's going back to that whole thing about Ethereum and immutability and not being able to change. I mean, the whole premise of blockchain is so that it is immutable. So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, Ethereum going back on blocks and recovering funds makes it not and makes it mutable. So in that regard, it's not even a blockchain. It just invalidates everything that a blockchain is supposed to be in the first place. So it pisses me off when this kind of shit happens, because all they're doing is protecting investors. And it says would consider a system-wide upgrade as a way to return $239 million lost due to a mishap at a major startup. Like, I'm sorry, if you didn't do your own research like we tell you to do.
Well, apparently you're not going to start up then. You just suck. All right, you suck. Your company no longer exists.
I mean, I just understand it's a F load of money, but at the same time, I mean, anyone relevant in the blockchain space understands that it is supposed to be an immutable thing that cannot be, gone back on. So again, I don't know how it's going to go. I'm all for ETC because they continually, prove what blockchain is supposed to be, and Ethereum is just in it for the effing money. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Joe, you got anything to say on that?
Nothing valuable to add. I support y'all's comments. Definitely expected more. Curious what Roan has to say, though.
Yeah.
All right, so I actually agree with everything that y'all said, both sides there. And it is somewhat, I don't know, shameful, especially, I am a proponent of the flippening and Ethereum taking over and all that. But, okay, so I want to go over the other side from this, though. If I had invested in this startup, whatever, and, let's say it's promising, the next Ethereum or something like that. I feel like because of where crypto is at, in a worldwide economic perspective, crypto is at the beginning. It's way down here, and you want people to adopt crypto. If you piss off $249 million worth of investors because of probably one or two people's mistake, that hurts. That doesn't just hurt those investors. That hurts future investors. Because if you have something that's immutable, the investors are going to be like, well, I'm not going to give you my money. You screwed it up here. You screwed it up here. Forget crypto. We don't have to have crypto. We can go without it. So I agree that blockchain should be immutable, but at the same time, I feel like there are specific instances where the immutability can be voted on, or more morally you can flex and change that when needed. And at 200 and at this amount of money, I feel like this is one of those instances because of where crypto is at. It's in its infancy. It still has to learn and grow. So I don't know. I'm still on the fence, but that's just kind of where my head's at right now.
Fair enough. And we're gonna go ahead and leave it there. We're going to move on. We got a couple headlines here. The first one is from Trust Node's presidential candidate. I know Joy mentioned this earlier. Now accepts Bitcoin, Ethereum, or ERC20 donations. Quick thoughts on that? Anybody?
I think it's great. I think it's reaching out to a whole new group of people. If more presidents did this, I think they'd be accepted, more widely. Reach out to, like I said, another group of people. So I think it's good. I hope more do it going forward.
Hillary might have gotten in.
All right, and our next one here is from Blocked. Google starts Coinbase advertisements again, follows Facebook lead. Again, it's just big companies just following each other's leads, getting those crypto out there. Jojo, I know you love Google. Any quick thoughts on this headline?
I think it's just about time. We gotta bring these ads back to the space, and that's all it is. I'm kind of bummed that it's just Coinbase. I don't know why they're not doing just all crypto. But anyways, that's all I've got for that one.
Fair enough. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right into Bitcoin ETF. I know everyone has been hearing about the ETF, and people might just be like, "Holy, S balls. I'm tired of hearing about the Bitcoin ETF, but you know what? It's a super relevant issue. We talked about it last week. We've talked about it before. And Bitcoin ETF, the request for comment has a 97% positive, interaction there. Jojo, real quick, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I've got about this is I know we've talked about ETFs before, but the major things that are happening here is we've got Coinbase throwing up a PAC. We've got presidential candidates trying to get in with cryptocurrency. We got the SEC finally starting to talk about cryptocurrency and joining the forces with the stock exchanges of the world and creating an ETF. It's all good stuff. Crypto, hashtag here to stay.
Just to piggyback that really quick, if you want to be innovative and you want to invest in something innovative, it's in front of your face. If you don't, look at oil and gas, and even that's getting eaten up by electric cars. So
there you go. Things are happening in the crypto space. Really quickly, the VanEck and SolidX Bitcoin ETF, the SEC is supposed to make a decision here mid-August. So it'll be really interesting to see, one of these first major milestones of SEC maybe accepting the Bitcoin ETF and the Direxion Bitcoin ETF. The SEC is supposed to make a decision in September. So keep an eye out. This is huge. If this goes through, big things are coming. Hashtag NAFAMU. All right, moving on. Beer of the week is going to be the Snake River Brewing. Roan, I know you got something to say about Beer of the Week.
Yeah, all right. So Snake River Brewing is out of Jackson Hole, Wyoming, which I'm like 30 minutes away from right now. The Jenny Lake Lager. So this is actually won a bunch of awards and stuff. And I got to say, this is an excellent lager. It's a true lager. It's not like an Americanized, lager. It's kind of a amberish color, kind of gold, It's malty, man, like the perfect amount of maltiness, not too much, and it's smooth. I mean, you can throw them back all day. Good stuff.
All right, and that is Snake River Brewing. If you're out there in Wyoming, give them a shout. Try them out. Moving on to question of the week, question of last week, actually. What will Bitcoin dominance be this week? And Jojo said 47.5. Roan said 40.8. I said 43.87. Joey said 33.2. And Oaks said 49.5%. Bitcoin dominance, as you heard earlier, was at 46.91%. That makes me the winner of the virtual brew.
I got prices righted.
You got price is
Dude, I was only
righted.
0.6% off. I'm going to pull one of you. All right, right here, this guy.
You certainly got price of righted, my friend. All right, our question of next week is, since, we're talking about the Bitcoin ETF and all, and there's a lot of hype, brewing, what is the 7-day percentage change of Bitcoin for next week on next week's show? Angela, what do you think the percentage is going to be for Bitcoin on next week's show? Up or down? How much?
Up. I'm saying up 6.5 at least.
Up 6.5%. Okay.
What?
All right, Joey, what you got?
I say up 9.44%.
I love everyone's enthusiasm so far. Jojo.
Dude, so optimistic.
Well, I mean, the optimism is there because of all the information that's out in the news these days. So I'm going to go even further. I think another 12%. So up 12%.
All right, and Roan?
Give me 3.42% up.
All right, and I will go ahead and say down 1.12%. Not because I am not optimistic, but we've gone up quite a bit this last couple of days, so I think we taper off a little bit, maybe a little consolidation happens, and then we can keep moving forward.
You know what that means, though, right?
What does that mean?
That means they're going to be down and we all lose except for you. Hashtag NAFAMU.
Hey, hashtag NAFAMU. I'm just a normal guy over here. Don't you worry about me. Don't you worry about me. Alrighty. Well, that is our show. And Angela, any quick last thoughts?
No. Just go forth and conquer. Live long and prosper, America.
There we go. Joey.
Hashtag crypto. Hashtag NAFAMU. That's all.
I like it. I like it. And Jojo, I have a feeling we know what you're going to say, but go for it.
Stay cold and keep them bold. But anyways, stay out there. Keep your shades on. Keep nice and cool. It's hot, especially here in Texas.
Fair enough. And Roan, what you got?
Yeah. Hey, next time you find yourself drinking a beer, take your shirt off.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Alrighty, guys. Well, that has been the Crypto Brew Show. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe below for more show. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Peace.